We are back with another race recap video of the Intentional Wreck podcast. This week, we are watching Worldwide Technology, a big race, race 9 on the year, but more importantly, the first race of the in-season tournament for the league. So let's go on board here to start and see how this went for the 42 car under green. He's got Top Gun in front of him, Hunwee to the outside, and okay, a little checkup, and yep, perfect. There we go. So that was my day. Now, Dent's back here, looking like a bunch of dipshits. All right, let's go on board this 8 machine and look at the racing to start. Catch a little bit of what this race looked like. This race featured an 11 lap stage followed by like a 20 lap stage. No fuel needed on those stages, and plenty of green flag runs. Here, Placek up in the wall. Fat Randy gonna get under him. Snugs shooting the middle gap there. Oof, aggressive. Got third is Hellseeker. Pole was JJ Franken, and I think Dinger Magic might have been the one to jump out here early to this lead. So, a quick 10-lap stage. Hellseeker gets up in the wall. I got to see absolutely none of this, so I'm watching it with you, but this is where all the racing really was going. Me and Dents, the other onboards that I have for this race, are currently in the back looking goofy. So let's see here. So, as you're watching, one of the things to keep in mind is, as you can see mapped in the lower left, turns 1 and 2 are really, really narrow. I even got to the point where I was shifting down to third later in the run. It looks like Snugs here was more fourth down into third than he was fifth down into fourth. Maybe that was the extra sauce, if you will, here as he gets a big run off that corner in third gear. And he's up to fourth. Quick downshift into third. So maybe that's where all that speed was, helping some of these guys rotate. Ooh, big fight on the outside. This turn 3 and 4 not nearly as chaotic, if you will. Let's see if Lonely Killjoy was streaming. Nick was streaming. I don't know if he streams these. But yeah, look at a big run by Hellseeker. Oh, big block here by the 8. Didn't want to let Fat Randy by. Fat Randy having a solid race here. We've seen kind of, I would say inconsistent racing. I think the 32 is one of the few guys with a pole position this year, so he certainly has speed. I don't think I've seen him up fighting for wins late in races, but as you can see here, he's certainly keeping up with these guys. Looks like JJ has gotten past Dinger Magic at this point. Dinger looking for different lines, a low exit there. You can see those two battling up ahead. Here, Hellseeker gets in the wall all by himself. Snug's happy to take that. Yeah, well, let's just do the whole first stage under commentary. Why not? This is a short stage. Dinger took the lead early. JJ came back and fought him, and now Snug sits firmly in P3. You can see if anybody else is kind of following behind. Snug's really kind of figuring his line out. Again, that fourth to third, interesting. I know me and the 43 were fifth to fourth, but you could certainly see on exit here how much they're pulling. About a 7/10 gap from Franken, your leader, to Dinger Magic, and about a 2nd and a 10th back to Warm Snugs. Randy fighting. The 8 shuts the nose off. Oh, gets the 32 spinning. Uh-oh, let's watch that back. 5 to go now. Did he block him? So let's see. Big, not so big a run. Identified as the outside lane. Snugs gets a run. That's just rough. He just definitely did something to avoid Snugs there. Snugs not giving a lot of space early. Shut the door twice on Fat Randy. I wouldn't say that one was necessarily egregious by any means. But I will say that certainly aggressive here. We see Shanzi fills the gap, P4, and then Hellseeker, who seems to kind of be struggling quite a bit with exit. Falling back at Shanzi, and Snug spent a lot of time practicing this track, so it is no surprise. I will note here, Franken seems to have dropped a bit. Dinger's caught him 3/10, now into the 2/10 range. Looks like he might just be losing a little bit of mojo here. So let's keep a look at this battle for the lead ahead. Here, Dinger certainly has found something, and that's what I really liked about this track, man. It really felt like guys that save fuel or guys that save tire, or found a different line. Look at this. So a peak down below there for Dinger under JJ. Is he going to get it? This is in the turn where there's a lot of room to maneuver on that outside lane. Will not clear him. Hit lap 9 of 11 in this first stage. Dinger, you're winner of the All-Star race, as well as the Kansas race. JJ, top 3 or 4 in points, but no wins to this point. Here, big outside play here by the 86. It's going to come down on exit. Look at the run he gets there. Gaining about a 10th just on exit. 2 to go. So diving low, JJ takes the outside. This is the really sharp turn. Let's see how that run on the outside goes. Doesn't have anything. Last time by, Dinger went high. Does JJ go high to take the line, or does he go low and let Dinger work? Let's see here. There he goes. You see the block. Taking his lane away. Dinger going to keep it low. Good drive on exit. Get a front row seat from this. All right. Lap 11, final lap of the first stage. Let's see what the move is. Does Dinger go? Dinger's going to go real high here, turns 1 and 2. Oh, looks like maybe he got a little in too deep. Is Franken. Oh, man, all over him. Oh, look at this. Faking low. Side by side. Dinger Magic is going to clear. Slide job. JJ with the crossover. But, oh, I think just that little bit of a nudge on the... Oh, he gets into him. Just a little bit of nudge on the apron was enough to slow JJ's exit. And Dinger Magic wins the opening stage of this race. So, really, really solid racing up front. Yeah, that was exciting. Let's go see how stage 2 went. All right, so after Dinger Magic wins the first stage, we're on board here with the 3 Machine, your points leader, who... had to start in the rear due to a disconnect or qualifying, I believe, or something like that. Something happened, and he ended up not making it. So he had to start in the rear and did not have too good of a first stage with light contact. So let's see if he has a better start to his second stage. A lot of bumping, grinding there. Gets it to the first turn. And, oh no, he spun. Who spun him? And 4K, the 42. Let's go look at the 42's perspective. I shame a lot of people for driving. I drive in. Big bump here. Get the big old shove from the rear, but I didn't mean to hit him there. But yeah, just banging in the back of the pack, so I owe Dents a beer for that one. But there was a big mover here in this stage 2, so we're going to go on board with him for a little bit and watch Kaufman here kind of battling, see if there's anything through the field. Real tight driving here. Somebody gets shoved all the way down to the wall. So the difference here is the stage is over double for stage 2 in this race. So you see Corey up there battling the 22 of Playsick. Trox has had some speed lately. He's just outside the top 10. Right behind Kaufman here, we've got Warrior Monk and Jeff, who 11 ended up moving on in the real tight here. Just really using that third gear to really get it around. Maybe that was the sauce I was missing. 4th to 3rd instead of, I was going 5th to 4th all race. So, yeah, big moves up through the track. Oh, man. Big contact. We're definitely going to be coming back to this 43 Machine, who worked his way from the back of the field, had to go adjust his pedals after qualifying. So worked his way all the way back up through. Oh, here's the 19 getting turned. Let's see if we can get a better angle of that. It just looks like him in space-time where just, you know how it is, under braking. One guy brakes a little late, one guy brakes a little early. So hopefully Corey was able to recover from that. That's going to give this 43 Machine an opportunity to crack into the top 10. Yeah, heavy back on the throttle in third gear. Space time, little not that good of a run. So let's go take a look at what was going on up front during all this run. We'll catch back up here with this 43. So coming out into lap 8 of the second stage, I believe almost everybody was able to make this on fuel, so there are no issues. Everybody's just balls to the wall here. And Shanzi in P3, Top Gun P4, Playsick has worked his way up to P5 by this point, lap 9. Dinger has held the lead. I don't know what happened to JJ. We might need to go back and see. Something happened to JJ Franken. It led him to the back, but either way, we'll stay on board with this battle for the lead. Is Snugs not really as quick as these guys until later in the run in stage 1, but then again, that was only an 11-lap stage, so let's see what here. Snugs stays in 4th here, in the middle lane. Big run here. What does he choose to do? He chooses to bump, stay in line, maybe hope Dinger makes a mistake. That looks like one. A downshift to the bottom, real smooth as this 8 machine. They're into the wall. Certainly will lose a bit of momentum, but I think the 8 following him had to lift out. All right, here we go. It's a good battle. This is what y'all were doing up front.
Outside door. Clear.
And there it is, Dinger kind of maybe realizing, hey, we're 2 seconds ahead of everybody right now, and I'm really overworking the car. Let's see if Dinger has anything else for him. Big draft there, but again, I think it's just he needs to settle down without somebody in his rear view and kind of figure out, how's that car working? Why am I overdriving it? Why is the 8 so much quicker? And Snugs with his first lead laps of the race. Good battle for the lead there. Get you back up with the 42. Lap 12 here in the middle of this second stage. Sitting around P10, battling Hunwee and Corey. Finally able to kind of put a little bit of effort into the run. Trying to work my way up, trying to figure out a little big old block from Hunwee. It's a little tight there, that 39 machine does. I know he had a bit of a run-in with the 34 and possibly JJ, so it'll be interesting to see. That ends up getting captured in one of the cameras. At this point, Snugs has taken the lead. So the big thing about this, that what I felt like made this one of the best races of the season so far, was just the fact that we got to go out there and see what a fuel, some worn tires did, right? You know, you can see me right here with 67% on the right front. I don't know what everybody else is, but I will say, like, it really felt like I was able to drive on exit a lot more, like in this types of the run. Like Hunwee was kind of falling off a little bit here. Guys are having to go find different lines, and it, you know, part of that is a testament to the league for keeping it as clean as they had been. The 19 certainly looking quick. Obviously, we saw him kind of get into it with Space-Time Jumper earlier in the race, but seems to have recovered. He sits P8. There's a big moment here coming up soon. 19.
Yeah, I'm going down to third and 1 and 2.
Good battle here with 39, keeping it clean. He likes his lane, keeping his lane. Then he taps the wall there. Not much I could do outside of just getting through, so we recover. And all right, on to P9. Let's see if we can go run down Corey. There's a couple cars, you know, somebody ahead struggling a bit off the wall. Corey looks to be on the outside of him. Does get the pass. And look, oh, it was Fat Randy. And oh, look at that. The 19 self spins, hitting some grass. Self spin.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, nobody near him. So I'm underneath Randy here. Unwee gets back into me, gets on the inside. I get back on the throttle. And I'm not going to blame this on Hunwee. It certainly sucks for me to get spun, but let's go slow-mo. We do this for others. Let's do this for me. So I'm on the outside here. Hunwee, a certain guy in there hot enough to where he drifted up, and you see Fat Randy kind of underneath him. But about here, I need to probably be drifting out near the wall. Again, that's just hard to gauge how close he really is, and I don't think that this was anything intentional. I think this might have just been like he has to come out of the corner. I didn't come out of the corner in time. There's room on this outside for me. I'm not gonna critique Conway. I mean, we're fighting for position. Yeah, he hit the wall and he was a little bit slower. I would say, hey, it's obvious I'm trying to Fat Randy be a little bit slower in the corner. Fortunately, Fat Randy, good prediction there that we're gonna be getting tight off of the corner and lifts underneath, hits us with a crossover. But I'm not too mad about that. That's I could avoid this, or it was netcode. It wasn't really anybody's fault. So as a result, that puts me in the back here. And let's go see how the stage ended. All right, checking back in like up 16 here. This 43 has worked himself all the way up through the field. This is a little bit before the self-spin by Corey. Battling Shanzi. Again, great day by the 87 so far. In fact, the only one of their team not having the best day would be Dense Fog, who has speed, is just in the back quite a bit. 43 gets underneath here. Lasik, a quiet day, was kind of more mid-pack, but it seems like he kind of figured things out in the middle of this run. So while Snugs and Dinger certainly have kind of been cream of the crop, Lasik and the 43 latecomers to this to the show and have plenty of speed. God, that looks like it's fighting insanely tight. I don't even know how the car's rotating. See what happens between these two. If I recall, Snugs does end up winning this stage while there is a battle ahead there. Dinger so good on those late runs. Oh, big slide here by the 43. Saves it, able to stay in the gas and out of the wall. Lasik just, I think, a little bit lower on pace at the moment, but way more in control, way not overdriving. Likes this high lane, and what it does is it puts a 43 in conflict. Even if he gets side by side, he's not gonna be able to clear up to the wall. Place is just running consistent laps.
5 to go this time.
Skip ahead just a bit, see if he can actually end up passing. Well, this is probably the closest we've got.
Car outside.
Side by side.
Stay low.
The opportunity here is to clear on entry. Real tight in the corner. Gets that car rotated. Lasik keeps it on the right rear of the 43, man. Look at this battling. All right, Corey Russell, slow. Will he be used as a pick? It looks like he will be, and that's enough. Corey, a little admin help there. 43-19 admin team help. Throws the pick block on Lasik, who has no friends. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that that's the last position change before we get up to this end of the stage. I don't think he ends up catching Dinger. Oh, hold on. There was a wreck. I remember this. Let's go find this on board. Who spins out right in front of him?
Try to save some fuel if you can.
Uh-oh, somebody's on the wall. Smacks it. Oh, the one car. Just a terrifying event.
Try to save some fuel if you can.
If we're making mistakes, fellas, let's lift off the throttle here and not try to stay and save it, okay? Almost took out the leader. We had that earlier in the year, where 19 was leading and got demolished by the 9 coming back up on the track. And Warm Snugs, Dinger Magic, Lonely Killjoy, C Place,
Won that stage. There's 10 points.
and Shanzi's your top 5 for stage 2. Let's roll on stage 3, see how that racing went. All right, on board to start at stage 3 with the 43 machine. The players have come to play. Dense Fog has recovered. He starts this stage in P7.
One bottom.
So Shanzi's up front, Snugs is up front, Dinger, Lasik, Top Gun.
Stay high.
Oh, man.
Inside.
A lot of lane adjustments there. Good job to stay out of it. Oh, is he going to shoot the middle here? The 43 appears he will. I remember him saying, we're 3 wide.
3 wide.
We're 3 wide. Place it comes up a bit.
3 wide. Clear low.
Oh, Dinger gets kind of turned out of the exit, and there's a big, big, big wreck on that front stretch.
1 outside.
Driving the absolute wheels off of it, sliding this thing around. Shanzi, looks like Shanzi got a little
Clear high.
sketchy on exit there. And here we are again, the 43 and the 22 battling it out. This time, Snugs is not in a safe distance. These guys can get past each other into a rhythm. Does anybody have anything for this 8 machine? 43 wins to the line, but they are still side by side, about 7 tenths behind your leader. A big clearing effort there. Crossover move attempted by Plasic, but that big throttle.
Clear inside.
And a big drive through here is Snugs and Kaufman are your 1-2. Check back in on this battle here soon. Checking in on the 42 here. See where other guys are. Warrior Monk sitting in P12 at the moment. Kind of been more of a part-time guy this year for T-Bones Racing, but certainly having himself a good day. Probably the best day to this point for him in that red machine up there. There's Hot Lap Jimmy in P13. So the big thing with this stage, as you can see on the left side, right, is you cannot make it on fuel without being conscious of it. And while those guys up front are certainly battling like demons to try to get to the front, none of them were in a fuel scenario. So there was a couple of guys in the mid pack, including the 42 car, that were really big on saving.
Change brake bias.
So you could see here around this time that, you know, just how different that I'm driving the car versus what Nick is doing up there. He's fighting tight. He's really getting everything he can out of exit with that 4th to 3rd, whereas this 5 to 4 gear shifting is really helping with fuel. And I think it is around this time that I start going, got it, I'm good on fuel. Cool, but there's a big moment here soon. Here it is. I'll have Jimmy gets a little bent out of shape here. So that puts me in position to come past here and then try to fight Warrior Monk for 12th. A lot of space between us and the leaders as they're just hitting the start-finish line. Holding the bottom.
Clear outside.
Show the nose out. But not dive bombing. 9 gets squirrely, and I'm thinking, all right, we're good. We'll go on the outside. That sucks. Oh, no, he came back up. And 3 stages. 3 stages and 3 times the 42 machine has been turned. A rough day. But fortunately, that machine is able to recover and have a good finish to the race. Let's go find some other drivers. Here we've got a battle between guys that I think are well in the championship hunt, not having the greatest of days, but it's about who recovers. We've got Dense Fog, JJ Franken, and Hellseeker here in the 8, 9, and 10th spots. This is good racing. These are just, 3 really, really good drivers in this league. Obviously Dense has got his 2 wins on the year. These other guys are winless, but I think it's just a matter of circumstance for these guys before they're in victory lane. Got mid-pad battle. This is all with about 9 to go here. And it's important to note that around this time, guys are bad on fuel. Dents himself is good here. He just made a check, so he's good to go. Oh man, the 9 gets 74 gets really loose there at 9th place. And Dents will take advantage of that. Hellseeker safely backs out of it, gives grace to his league mate. Let's go check in on this battle for the lead. I know we're hopping a little bit back in time, but I did want to show the pass for the lead. The 8 driving it really hard on exit. Seems to have wear a lot of that tire. And that was your original battle for the lead. You can see here up until lap. We were at lap 51 in Dence's view. Let me get there. So here, I mean, let's see. Estimated fuel's 9 laps, and you've got Plasek right on them. So these guys are battling for position, but also fuel saving. So let's take a look at this battle here. So we got about 9 to go, and it looks like the 43 is a lap short. So if they pit, the first car I know of that's good to go on fuel is P7. Obviously, there's some guys in between them, and I don't know of like Franken and stuff like that, but I know Dentz is good on fuel, and he's around P7 at this moment. So 8 to go. A full lap short here is a 43. Plasek has to be, I would say, in the same scenario. So you gotta be thinking to yourself, what's my scenario? Are we running until the wheels fall off? Are we praying for a caution? What's the game plan here? Because there it is. A big step on exit.
Yellow's out.
And just like that, a caution comes out right as Kaufman commits to
You okay with this?
tire saving. And here we are. It is going to be a very, very quick run to the end of this race. Everybody's throwing their 15 PSI fresh Goodyear tires on. We'll take the end of this race here from the perspective of the 43 machine.
10 away.
Your leader are 2 cars that did not pit, the 82 and the 9. So chaos set to ensue here with these guys as your fresh tires are Plasek and Kaufman. Who's going to make the aggressive move?
Clear inside.
Oh, big
Car inside.
bump here by the 43. Gets 3 wide, pins it on the outside, so they clear. But it will be Plasek with Snugs next to Kaufman here. Big run though. Plasek decides to take the bottom. He gets in there.
Inside.
Get a little 3 wide. The 22 comes up.
Out in front. Nice job.
Oh no.
One
The
of
43.
We lost the lead. Let's get it back.
Let's go watch that again. Different perspective. See what happened there. What led the 43 to getting just
Car high.
Snugs goes 3 wide.
3 wide.
You know, we're getting to this point where Snugs and aggressive moves are leading to wrecks. Now, okay, listen, this is fine. This is the battle for the win. This is battle for the win. And he didn't hit anybody.
Car high.
The room is there.
3 wide.
So I don't think this is the fault of Snugs. I just think it's certainly to a scenario. It gets to a point.
3 wide.
No, but the 22 there looks like, you know, this doesn't look anything even really egregious. He didn't turn him, right? He didn't come up. This is just they're next to each other. I think the contact just hit the 43 in a way that got him really loose and sent him into the wall here. So let's go on board with that 43. See how he recovers here. Top Gun in the mix. JJ Franken, Fat Randy. Man, look at that. Downshift to 2. Making the thing rotate. Big blocking on the bottom lane. A lot of guys here looking for their first win. In fact, only 1 car in the top 6 has a win on the season. Here's Plasek underneath. Snugs there.
1 inside.
There's a big move to pass not just 1 but 2 cars by the 43.
1 inside.
Man on a mission after getting walled from the lead. 2 to go. Top Gun sits behind the side-by-side leaders in the catbird seat. That 43 is a coming. Big drive on exit here. Top Gun's going to get a run. Place is going to fall back. Oh, wow. Big run here. 22 just not able to keep the 43 from underneath them.
One more time.
All right, they're 3 wide here. Big dive in. Oh, getting real tight.
Outside.
Placek. Look at Placek going down. Look at this block that we get from the 43 here. He's blocking down the line. Snugs looks to cover as well. It's going to be one turn here.
Clear outside.
And the 48 claims to have intentionally wrecked himself, bringing out the caution before we can get to flag. So Warm Snugs is your winner. Lonely Killjoy, C Place, JJ Frank, and Top Gun, Fat Randy Dance Fog. Frontman Finn recovers from his rough day to finish 8th. Corey Russell 9th, and Shanzi, despite running in the top 5 most of the day, comes out P10 with Dinger Magic P11. So solid race, solid runs. Out the leaders did not cause wrecks that led to the end of this race. That was good battling at the end there. You hate a circumstance to lead to a race not coming down to a green flag finish, but nonetheless a good battle, a well-deserved win from the 8 who was up front all race long. And a final note here, it'll be put out, but the 48 is going to start the next race from the rear as punishment for intentionally wrecking. Just a note, I don't care how upset you are, how frustrated you are, if you do anything that would intentionally bring out a caution, that is unacceptable and will result in first this penalty, which is no qualifying for the next race, and then potentially more stuff. So please respect your league mates. One decision changed what could have been somebody's second, first, or third place finish. So let's keep that in mind. Appreciate everybody watching the video, and see you guys next time.